makes me emotional.
We got a natural meat tenderizer.
Oh my God! Reveal yourself. Oh! Welcome back, gay schools and everyone in between, to our YouTube channel, The Horror Bandwagon. Hi, my name is Sergio.
And my name is Cody.
And we are your boys for horror analysis,
criticism,
and spooky,
and sometimes kooky
entertainment. And welcome back to another Yellowjackets reaction. Today we are officially covering season 3, episode 10, Full Circle. Which, based on the title, do you want to know my theory?
Yes.
I have a feeling like Full Circle is going to mean we are now going to match up to the beginning of season 1, the pilot, where we saw Pit Girl running. So I feel like that just makes sense to me.
It does make sense.
Now, we're at the last episode. We could talk about our final predictions right now, but I feel like that will take forever. There's so much to cover. But the main thing I want to ask is, what is your final lock-in for who Pit Girl is?
I think Pit Girl is going to be Hannah.
Hannah. See, I thought that too, but I don't know. I feel like it's now maybe it's too apparent now. Maybe they're really pushing Hannah to the forefront. But we remember that someone said that Melissa and Jen got close to Hannah.
Yep.
We saw that Melissa start to get a little bit closer, but we didn't see that Jen got really that close to Hannah. So maybe we need more time with Hannah. So if that's the case, maybe it's Mari. Mari has always been like the person that everyone thought that was Pit Girl. It then went to Jen, but now I kind of feel like it's Mari because we have seen her character a little bit more this season. Maybe in the first half of the season, but we're still starting to get to know her a little bit more, and I've actually grown to like her a little bit more. Right? This season, we've kind of started to see that she has been on team like, let's go home. And she started to have a little bit of guilty feelings when it came to Ben, even though maybe she should have helped out a little bit more with that. But still, we're starting to see a little bit more depth to her character. So that's why I picked her.
Okay, interesting. We will know if we start seeing a lot more of Mari in the confessional giving her sad backstory that this is her time to go.
Oh my God. Now, who do you think is Antler Queen?
Oh, this is really tough. I feel like the last couple episodes make me want to say Shauna, but we've also seen that, like, even though Shauna has been trying to do a power play to take control of the group in times of crisis, like, they still turn back to Natalie.
True.
So I think it might be Natalie.
Now, I heard this theory alert. People are saying that Jackie's spirit might be Antler Queen.
We haven't gone like full ghost so far.
Well, because I feel like we're reaching this moment where all bets are off. Maybe it's not a single person. Maybe it's the manifestation of a person, and it could be Jackie. Now, I don't have enough evidence to back that up, but it's so out there that I'm like, you know what? I'm on board.
Personally, I'm thinking that it's not going to be like supernatural, because so far this season, they've been really blurring the line between like things that are physically explainable but are being interpreted by the girls as supernatural because they don't know the full story.
But what if they're getting to a point that now they're just full-blown having a group hallucination of someone there that they're looking towards, right? They've been talking about the woods. The woods are telling us this. The voices are telling us this. But what if they are now all actively seeing somebody? But it doesn't have to be supernatural. Maybe it's just like in their minds that they're thinking that.
We are going to have to watch the episode to find out. So before we get started, y'all know what to do. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click that notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. And if you want to support the channel even more, you can go over to our Patreon at patreon.com/thehorrorbandwagon, or you can click the join button below to join our YouTube membership.
And with all that being said, without further ado, let's get into it.
Who said that it was easy?
Ooh, there's a vibe. Hold on. Antler Queen. Reveal yourself.
Oh, fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, bestie! I know.
Let it out, girl.
Believe me, wish I could have undo him. God.
Oh.
But Van's been trying to fix it. Are you okay?
Don't fucking talk to me.
Shit. Well, we need to work together.
Things are getting rough.
Oh. Oh my God. They were practicing on the head. Has it been Lottie? I always thought that was too on the nose.
Oh, no. Did I miss it?
Shh. We didn't miss anything.
What? Ooh, referencing back to the vision.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just say that she's gorgeous?
Are you there?
That was her having a vision. Don't tell me that she actually just fell down the stairs. Oh my God.
It would fit with my theory that like everything has a rational explanation. We are just interpreting it as supernatural.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
I knew she was a threat.
Just don't. Here.
Yeah, she's probably pissed off at everybody right now. Oh, this is heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. This is so sad. Oh my God. She's stronger than me. I would be fucking crying nonstop.
I'm gonna remember all of it. All of you.
Oh. Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
Question for you. This is my school. Yeah, I know. That's how I found you here. Drugging someone without their knowledge.
I was just pissed at my mom for not wanting me to talk to Lottie.
Right. I can't say that I don't relate to your rationale.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
The question I'm hoping you can answer for me today. Why is this photo of you on Lottie's phone?
Oh my God.
Share mitochondrial DNA. And
Oh.
apparently homicidal tendencies.
Swear, I didn't mean to kill her. It was an act.
Oh, she just said it.
Didn't even know how to play it. And then when my mom kicked Lottie out of the house, the tape disappeared. I figured Lottie had to have taken it. And
Oh. Did you happen to see the note?
You mean this tape?
Anything you want.
does she just not love me?
Oh.
Maybe.
It's like looking straight into the earth.
What is that?
Oh, you know what it is.
I don't know.
And when you drugged Misty, that was it. And your mother, she felt it more strongly than the rest of us, and she sees it.
She had it.
No matter what was on the tape, it did its job. It brought you here to me. Its child. Our child.
What?
It took our baby. It gave us you.
No, stop it. Stop it. You were freaking me out.
And the same song is playing from the beginning.
You're just like her, but more.
Oh, I guess you proved her right.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's like let me just take this real quick. She can't love you because she sees herself in you and sees what you're becoming.
Mm-hmm.
killed someone.
No, it was an accident. Well, you were scared.
Also, your mother never cried after she killed Adam, so you feel remorse, at least.
That's true. That's true.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't protect you from her.
Shit.
How's the water? Warm enough yet? Is there any progress?
It's warm.
Okay, so she's in. She's in on the mission. Oh my god! Oh, the poor babies.
How? How could it let this happen?
Lottie, you want to chime in?
We've done nothing but spill blood. Coach?
Yeah.
It's not a real sacrifice unless we cherish it. We have to have another hunt.
Oh, so all their bodies could have been spared? Cool.
Any other objections?
Do you think Shauna fully believes in it, or is she just doing it to just be
I think she
a
just wants to
leader?
be in charge.
Yeah.
But our job is still to keep each other safe, which starts with neither of us drawing that card.
Do you mind telling the group that?
These are our friends, our teammates. Not all of them are. You want me to give Hannah the queen? Do you trust her?
I mean, realistically, that's the least person that we know. Oh, baby, they're gone.
Sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected.
They literally abandoned you. Yeah, girls, because your daughter's a killer now.
Snow.
It does look pretty.
It really does. I mean, put this on a Christmas card, except for that.
Especially that.
I feel like Shauna noticed that.
Shauna, why do you know everything? Stop.
Shauna would
What are you
not
doing?
to take any extra risk.
She thinks that Van counted the cards, and so she's going to throw off the count.
So then who does it land on?
If she counted for Hannah, it's going to land on Mari.
Tough break, Mar.
Wow.
Mari fans, stand up.
6. You deserve everything that's coming to you. 8. 9.
Oh, Mari girl. And this circles back on their feud from the beginning and from the game that they were playing. But Mari isn't in the outfit that Pit Girl is wearing at the beginning. So it's not this moment.
The fuck off of me, Travis. If you're not actually gonna hunt, then don't get in my way.
Hey, how about we all just like gather up against Shauna and be like, stop this.
Favorite thoughts are Jackie's. The slumber party makeouts, the jealousy, the betrayal.
Back the fuck up.
Yeah, let's psychologically mess with Shauna. I feel like that's how we can get her back.
You should know every corner of this house is video recorded and saved to a drive at a remote location. Please don't tell me you're blaming yourself. The shock of you taking responsibility for your actions just might give me a stroke. Recommended against involving law enforcement. I did tell her to talk to her dad. Yikes. I guess she did, huh? This was
Misty! Misty, be careful. It's still Shauna.
almost as if she's been lacking strong examples in the friendship department.
Oh, like your besties have fared any better.
Misty, keep the fentanyl near you just in case, because Shauna's going to come after you.
As dim a view as I have of the Passaic PD, I am not above calling them for a restraining order.
Well, because she knows that Shauna is now like at a brink here. Oh my god! Oh my god! She's Pit Girl! She's Pit Girl! Oh no! Shit. Oh no! You need your shoes! Grab your shoes!
I know you fucked with the draw. Do not fucking lie to me, Ty.
If you know what's good for you, you'll back.
Ooh! Yeah. Shit. If you know what's good for you. Hello? Is this Hannah?
Yeah.
Hannah, don't fuck this up.
It's a trick. She wants to separate us. You're being paranoid. No, I'm not.
Jesus, then come with us.
She really is trying so hard to keep everything like on her terms. Oh!
Please, I'm on your side, I swear.
Oh, really?
I stabbed our guide in the brain. I've eaten human flesh. I am just trying to survive the same as you.
Okay.
I mean, she does know how to use the sat
True.
phone.
Is Lottie not even participating? You're not gonna get participation credit.
We want to hunt. I might have an idea.
What?
I think that this is all your fault.
This place is in us now.
Akila's getting some sense here. Oh, 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 ow! Oh.
Mari's my friend. I'm just trying to give her a fighting chance.
Oh.
She
Come
might
on.
still get away.
Come on, Ty. You can't hold that against her. Oh!
You see where we are? You've been here already, Mari.
Shit. Oh! Oh, it happened!
It's over. Not for me, it isn't.
Oh, shit. Oh, she's pissed.
Yeah.
I knew you'd turn out to be boring.
All right, Jonna. She's like, you should have gone through with it, girl. But the way that Lottie's set, was she trying to give her a heads up?
I
Like,
almost
remember,
think that
this
she
is
might have been.
this is the pit area.
I just can't remember. Oh yeah, because Mari fell in the pit before.
Yeah.
So she's been here before.
I can't believe a fall like that. Like, I guess it would go through you. Oh!
Oh, we got a natural meat tenderizer.
R.I.P. Mari. Mari fans, we're here for you.
Yeah.
It's Shauna's fault that Van is dead.
Oh!
If we keep letting this slide, she's gonna end up being the last one standing. And I don't want that. Do you?
Oh! I thought she was talking to herself for a second, but
So did I.
Walty, what are you doing? Huh. Huh. The plot is thickening here.
I am gonna claim a moral victory in the pit girl thing because it was supposed to be Hannah.
Take her out of there. Pull the stakes and fill the whole thing in.
Oh my God.
Natalie, please, do the honors.
Because she's the new butcher, but also because you like to torture her.
Prepare her for tonight. And when it's done, bring me her hair.
Oh, maybe Shauna is the Antler Queen. Because the Antler Queen had the hair stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
It literally just happened to be like that. And of course, she's gonna hide everything. Nothing can be her fault. Now no one can prove there's a note.
I've tried for years to remember what happened out there, to understand why it seemed
She's journaling.
That's the terrible truth we left out there buried, along with the people we called our friends. I was a warrior. I was a fucking queen.
Eat.
Eat!
All of it slip away from me.
Oh.
It's time to start taking it back.
What?
I want to believe that you had nothing to do with what happened down there, but I have my suspicions.
It's not Natalie.
Where the fuck is Natalie?
Oh, they all kept her busy while Natalie left.
While she escaped.
Because she's off to a very high place. Natalie!
Something wrong with the world today.
You fucking did that, girl.
Please, yes. Please, God, please fucking help. We're out here.
Oh.
Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, that makes me emotional. All right, guys, so that was our reaction to Yellowjackets Season 3, Episode 10, Full Circle. Now, what are your thoughts?
Damn, that was such a good episode. Whew. I first of all just can't believe that we got this satellite phone working and that we were able to successfully get Natalie away.
Yeah.
So that she could finally get some service.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, I don't want to sound bleak, but like Mari's death also contributed to helping us do that.
This was such a good twist. I love this. I think it's so interesting that like both in the past and in the present, Shauna has been isolating every single person around her.
Yeah.
That like in the present, Ty and Misty, who were so in on helping her that they helped dispose of Adam's body in Season 1.
Yeah.
Have decided that they are not going to do anything with it anymore.
Well, it kind of also seems like it's doing everything in reverse. Like here, we're starting to see like the chances of them escaping and going back and facing what they did.
Mm-hmm.
And then here in the present day, they are now reverting back to their wildlife tendencies and see like part of it, because for me, when Ty was saying like this is Shauna's fault, they're starting to see where they were when they were in the wilderness. And now Shauna is now fully there. She's wanting to get it back. She wants to get that instinct back. And part of me is like worried for what's going to happen to our adult timeline people, because they're going to be the death of themselves, I think. And which when she was saying like we were having fun, this was a thrill, like it was a thrill for just Shauna.
Yeah.
And maybe Lottie, because Lottie also said thrill too. So like Shauna and Lottie were both feeling this together and feeding off of each other like that, which is so interesting because she was so anti that with Lottie at the very beginning of this season.
Well, and I don't think that Shauna believes in it so much as
she just
is
likes
using
the leader
it as an opportunity to take power.
Yeah, I see that. And for everyone else, like especially Misty and especially Ty, and seeing what they're losing, being that Van and Natalie are now gone, the people that were the reason for them escaping are now gone. They're starting to see what's right in front of them. This is a problem. We're getting back to what this is, and you guys have been helping her in a way, enabling Shauna to do all of this to get to this point. And I gotta say, I think the main reason why I'm emotional at the end is because Natalie, out of all people, has stuck to her guns of being that person who is still left with like a little bit of her humanity, and she is not going to let that go, and she has been 100% herself. She has not contributed, even though that she definitely contributed to cannibalism, but she still has that part of her that fought so much. She had to kill Coach Ben. She's been through it all, and she managed to prevail. And Ty said it before, like in present day when they were with Natalie, like we have to thank her because they wouldn't be here without Natalie. And so it makes me so sad because like she is dead now. She's the first one to die. And it sucks because like in the structure of the show, I know that like Juliette Lewis wanted to get out of the show at that point, but in the structure of the show, it seemed like, oh, this was meant to happen. Like we were all like, oh, maybe there is something supernatural, but it just seems like it's not fair. Like Natalie shouldn't have died.
Yeah. I do wonder if Juliette Lewis had stuck with the show, if we would have a different storyline going on in the present right now.
Funny you say that, because I do think that, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, that because Juliette Lewis asked to be written off the showrunners had to change everything. They had to pretty much come up with like a new thing. So like the story that we're getting here is from the result. I mean, there could be like stuff that stayed the same, but because of that change, they had to change where they were going for. So I really wonder what the original plan was. Now, we do have to give a big rest in peace to Mari. Oh my God, she had quite a journey. It's so funny because like we've had ups and downs with Mari as a character, you know? But then like, that's why I was saying like at the beginning of our intro that we've been focusing on Mari specifically this season, and how at the beginning Shauna and Mari were really going at it, and then that kind of dissipated and we started to see a little bit of a different side of Mari, and seeing that she still had her own humanity here still. She had some sense that we needed to get out of here. So I was starting to be like, okay, let's go Mari. And then Shauna fucked it up, and of course just like laughed in her face, and at the same time it's like, ugh, she was close and not close, because this wasn't at the hands of anybody. She fell into the fucking pits.
It was kind of wild that like Shauna seemed genuinely like excited and happy about the prospect of like hunting down and killing one of her teammates.
Yeah, well, because she's so totally leaning into it all.
She's like
loving it.
On power right
she
now.
Is thriving because, and I think like somebody said like Lottie said that she's jealous. It brings it back to like how much she was jealous of Jackie, and Jackie was the team captain, and now she is the captain. She leaned to it, and that makes perfect sense, because even Ghost Jackie was like, you were nothing before me. You're like, she was still like keeping her grounded, and she said like, you have to face what you did, and that makes sense. Like she has to face that. It reaches to a point where she really does despicable things, and she's starting to do that. We're starting to really see that. We start to see like little bits of it before, you know, at the end of season 2 and during this whole season, but it needs to lead into this. You know, we need to see the bad sides, which in all fairness, I think the show wants us to feel this. We are supposed to be in a position of like, grr, Shauna.
Well, and that's been the point of this whole season, partially, is like we talked in the last episode in the discussion about the idea of like Shauna was always our protagonist, and now we're starting to get the like unreliable narrator thing.
Well, we're definitely peeling the layers of Shauna, and now we're seeing kind of her true self. If you go back to season 1, you compared to this, like now having this knowledge, you see that she's putting up a front so much. You see that she's sad, like she's not living her best life. You know? Yeah. Now she is fully embracing it in her present timeline, and maybe now she's just going to go all full unhinged. Everybody watch out. Melissa, Van, oh no, sorry Van, Ty, Misty. I do wonder what Walter is gonna do, because we had a shot with Walter there, and I wonder how involved Walter is.
I wonder if he's going to end up being like on Shauna's side for a little bit.
Oh shit, that would be fucked. And you know that she would probably manipulate him in some sort of way to get him on her side. But I do feel like, and there's been theories of like the show ending with them back in the wilderness. I think that's where we're heading. I feel like Shauna wants to go back to that, and she's gonna want to either bring them back to the wilderness or bring a brand new group back to the wilderness to hunt.
Yeah, because I mean, when we saw Walter, I was starting to think like it kind of seems like we are rebuilding a group, or at least like I'm getting some hints of that, because Walter is like fully getting himself involved, and not letting it go. And I think that he's gonna get in over his head with Shauna, because she does always need to be in control. She wants to be the one thriving out in the wilderness and like have that like animal side of her, because she felt more alive there than she does now. So I think you might be right. I think that we might be headed back to the wilderness.
Though with that, I will counter this. I think we need more people. I think we've lost already like 2 big names here. We lost Van, we lost Natalie, and we lost Lottie. So and it's so interesting because I feel like Lottie is someone who could have really helped bring Shauna to this point even more now that she's accepting of who she is. But now we lost Lottie, so we lost 3 people here. And I feel like, even though it seems like there's some unreliable information, meaning like there's people out there that could still be alive from the current group. Like we still have Jen, which they did say Jen was dead, but I mean, that could be a lie too. That something must have happened. Jen and Melissa probably maybe like conspired to like fake their own deaths. I don't know. Maybe Melissa in the next season will hunt down Jen to be like, okay, we need to work together or something.
And then they'll find Hannah.
Oh my God, imagine. No, oh wait, no. What are you talking about? Hannah's definitely dead, but like Akila and the 2 other girls that are there that I don't know their names, unfortunately, but there are more that could still be alive. I feel like we still need a good amount of a group for them to bring back to the wilderness. So hopefully we get like maybe adult Akila or adult Jen to come back, because they start to become big characters in this episode. And I actually really loved the moment with Jen in this episode. The fact that she went to Ty to be like, Mari's my friend, I wanted to give her a fighting chance. I'm fully on board. Jen, you know what? Good for you. I'm glad. I didn't like what you said to Coach Ben before he was about to get shot, but I totally respect that you wanted to help your friend. It helped a little bit, but she still fell down a pit. And I think that was like the most obvious sign that Mari was going to be pit girl, because she was pit girl at the very beginning of this season.
Yeah.
And she drank the hot chocolate.
That is very true. And I do like that, like, even like as we were going into this episode, you said pit girl was going to be Mari. I thought it was going to be Hannah.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Hannah, then it was Mari. And
we kind of sorry, last minute the writers were like, actually no, Cody said Hannah. I think we kind of represent what the 2 audiences are of this season, or the writing of this season, is them pointing to it being Hannah, but then being the actual obvious choice of Mari.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that actually was always the plan from the get-go.
I also did appreciate that, like, I kept getting a little bit of hope as we were going, because first Mari gets picked and it's like, oh shit, this isn't great. But then we're like, wait, but it's not the same clothing. And
yeah,
then she takes off her clothes, and we're like, at least her foot isn't bleeding. And then her foot started bleeding. And you know, at some point it was like, well, you know, I just have to accept that I was wrong.
I did really appreciate the commitment to the same scenes, because I also heard that the actual pit girl from the first episode was actually an extra.
Okay.
So it actually wasn't any of the girls. So I guess that kind of like throws us off, because realistically it's not the actual scene from the first episode. But I think like when she fell, it looked exactly the same. Maybe they reused the images. It looked a lot lighter out when this happened. But I do appreciate the commitment. I do appreciate the brutality of what they showed us.
Oh my gosh.
Which is just very sad. Like it just you get to know this character when it finally happens. It's like, oh fuck. I will say, even though this season I've been liking it more than the second season. Again, this is just my opinion. I liked it a little bit more. I think it was a little bit more thrilling, even though I love Juliette Lewis and I really enjoyed her and I kind of felt her absence in this season. I do see the criticisms of the show. There's so much that has not been addressed or has been forgotten. Like somebody at some point said, are we ever going to circle back to the random man that Jackie saw in the cabin?
Yeah.
Which I'm like, wait, you're totally right. Whatever happened to that guy? What happened to the myth of cabin daddy? You know, like.
And we never found out who started the fire for the cabin either, did we?
No, but I kind of feel like that's just like one of the, just like Crystal, I feel like that's one of those unanswered questions that it's just going to remain unanswered. But there's theories that are being put out there that has never been kind of like revisited. And I totally get that. Part of it could be that it might be coming up, and I see why people are being impatient and are like, this needs to start to be finished. But that's why I like that the question to Pit Girl has been answered, and now we can kind of move forward from that.
And I have a question for you. We know in the cave, Lottie saw the Antler Queen as like the nature entity.
Yes, she had the
stick fingers.
Yes.
So she looked in the same getup as Shauna eventually had.
Yeah.
So do you think that Lottie was seeing Shauna as like a vision, or do you think that she was turning Shauna into her vision of the entity that's over the wilderness?
I kind of want to say the latter. I feel like she was turning Shauna into the vision that she saw, which makes she kind of leans more into the fact that like maybe Lottie is just trying to bring to life what she's trying to believe. So I feel like it's more like that. I do think this part was a little rushed to like, okay, now we're like Antler Queen because we're having a little montage over narration of Shauna. I feel like we need to kind of explore that moment of her choices and her getting together a little bit more, and hopefully, I don't know if they announced season 4, but if we do get a season 4, I hope that they kind of bring that in.
Now, the other thing that I want to talk about a little bit is the fact that there was at least a plan that went into making this hunt happen. We know that we had that flashback with Aquila saying that like she could make a hunt happen by poisoning the animals, that she had an idea. And I don't know that they thought or suspected that it would be one of them who was being hunted, but...
Well, because Shauna fucked it up because of she saw the riggery.
Yeah. And so, like, this is where I feel like they at least wanted to have a hunt for a distraction so that Natalie could...
That kind of makes sense, because I was maybe that's where I found the disconnect, because I didn't know if this core group like Mari, Jen, Melissa, and Aquila were in on it with Van, Misty, and Natalie of it all. But at the end, it kind of seemed like they all were aware of this.
Yeah.
So bold of Aquila, performance of the season, for her to be like crying over these ghosts because she had to like poison them. And then what confused me even more was Lottie was like, it must have been hard to do what you did.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's just one of those things that Lottie just like knows somehow, because this has happened before where Lottie just like, we know that she had a vision as a child that saved her parents and her from being in a car wreck.
Yeah.
So like, she might be a little tapped in.
She might be some clairvoyant
things.
Yeah. But also at the same time, like, we are seeing these moments where she's walking through the pit fine, but it also could be explained with like, I heard some people be like, well, you know, depending on the weight distribution.
And that was kind of my thinking with it too.
Yeah, like it could be it could be explained. But in this moment, she was like, it must have been hard for you to do that, meaning like she got us. She knew that we faked this prophecy that came true because of our vision. And and Akila said, you made me believe these things. I know that they're not real, but Lottie still stuck by her guns and said, no, these things came true. And I'm like, okay, then Lottie, like, what the hell?
Well, and this is where like I keep coming back to my theory that like there's nothing supernatural happening in these woods, but the way that we're interpreting the things that are happening is supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the things of like Akila had that vision of all the animals dead, and then all the animals dead. So from Lottie's perspective, the vision came true. Even if Akila was actively the one who did it, the vision still happened. What she saw
It's true.
came to pass. And so like that's kind of where I think that that Lottie is like having her beliefs reinforced, and that because we know that she also has some mental illness that's happening, that like she's not able to really recognize that it's self-fulfilling. She just sees it as a fulfilled prophecy.
And this is why I'm seeing so many parallels, especially in this episode, of what's going on with them mentally and with their friendships in current day, right? Because it seemed like Lottie and Shauna are feeding each other into each other's delusions. Shauna is using Lottie to make herself feel like important, and Lottie is kind of fueling off of Shauna's, willing to accept all this, right? And it matches as to what's happening right now, where we find out the whole Lottie and Callie situation. It was due to Callie that she was murdered. And she's saying like, oh, it's in it. Your mom believed it so much, like she saw it was with her, and now it's with you, like you are just like her. And it scared Callie so much that she did something that Shauna would do.
And now Callie and Jeff have run away because I
left
think
her cold and dry.
I think that at some level they recognize like we don't like what Shauna is doing to us.
Yeah.
And so they made the choice to leave, and they took all their stuff. They were like, we're out. Callie's number is disconnected. Jeff is going to ignore your 20 text messages. And I mean, I don't know where they went, because it would also mean that Jeff would potentially be giving up the furniture deal that he just worked so hard to close. But I do feel like he would put Callie first.
Yeah.
And that they would go somewhere so that they could be safe. And that kind of takes me back to like thinking maybe Shauna and Walter are going to work together, because maybe she will try to get Walter to help her find her family.
Ooh, okay. That could be something, especially because not Misty, but like Shauna purposely said, oh, Walter knows. And they were working together before, so it would make sense for Shauna to go to Walter at some point. And Walter knows that Misty loves a challenge, so this could be a challenge for Misty to get around. But I also like the parallel between Ty and Shauna here, because now Ty is fully anti-Shauna. I actually didn't know that she was gonna go down that route. I thought she was still gonna be pissed off at Melissa for killing Van and being like, what the fuck? But instead she's blaming Shauna, and that took me by surprise. But then we see this kind of like standoff between Ty and Shauna, being like you're being paranoid, and
then when Ty was like, if you know what's good for you, you won't fuck with it.
I love that moment, because like finally somebody stands up to Shauna, and Shauna couldn't do anything. She was like, okay. She backed off, and I'm like, yeah, watch where you're going.
And it sets up where we're at right now, because Ty and Shauna are, and Ty and Misty are working together to counteract Shauna.
And it's kind of, they're trying to set up a plan to go up against Shauna, just like they did before. Though now Shauna is a little bit more wise to everything. So maybe it's not going to work as much as we think. And I don't know. I thought, so much happened in this episode. I think it buttoned up pretty nicely, with the ending being that they are about to escape. And I hope that in the next season we see the aftermath, we see the rescue, we see what happens to everybody, we see how they adjust, because I think that is just as an important storyline, and I think that will be so interesting to see how they manage. What I also would like to see is maybe more scenes with adult Travis. I kind of feel like we did dig into some of Travis's scenes and stuff like that, but I want to know more. I want to know how he adjusts with his family, and then also like maybe spend some time with adult Travis, which I know he died, but I feel like that's how we started the show. We never really got to know him as the adult version of him, so maybe we can do some flashbacks of adult him, even though we might not have Natalie, but maybe like how he was doing, and maybe something that he's done fits into the overall story.
Yeah, because something that like we never really truly fully circled back to was the fact that like Lottie somehow got Travis's money.
Also, where did her money go to? Was that just like a throw us off kind of thing?
I thought that, and I may be misremembering.
Oh no, she gave the money to Lisa.
Yes.
Yeah, never mind. Look at me trying to. I also like Hannah kind of took like a sidestep here for this episode, but I do like that we got confirmation that Hannah is just trying to make it out alive. She kind of knows the experiment. She knows what's going on. She has to play along with everything, but she did give Natalie the information that she needed to go wherever she needed to go to. And then she needed to go to an elevated space, the highest that she could go to. And I'm very surprised that I'm honestly kind of surprised Shauna didn't pick up on the fact that they're missing one person.
Yeah, I mean, but that's a good point. I don't know.
Because like, where's Hannah? Hannah this whole time apparently must be missing because Hannah is posing as Natalie. I feel like Shauna would have picked up that there's one person missing. But I mean, I guess the thrill of just like Mari dying and them cooking her up, would distract her. But again, we think like this happened overnight. They must have at some point been like, where's Hannah, Maybe. But I do feel for Jen in this moment, because she did try to save Mari and she ended up having to eat her friend. That's so sad. Yeah. I mean, the same thing could be said about Jackie, but still, it's just so sad. I think overall, it's a solid ending. I feel like I'm just more excited to see where they go. I know there's been people who are like not even. I'm wondering what people think about how this episode ended for them, because some people, this episode is the deciding factor whether or not they're sticking with Yellowjackets or not. You guys know we're gonna be here for the next season and see where this goes.
Not the 5th one, but just the next one.
I'm interested. I am going to though propose to the writers to be like, let's start to close out some mysteries and set up new mysteries in the next season. But let's start to close off some loose ends here that we have.
I do want to like learn more about the man in the cabin specifically, because we found out that the supplies that Coach Ben had found were left there by the last crew that came to look for the frogs.
Yeah.
I guess as like a cache for the next time that they were going to come out there and do some research, but we still don't know who the man in the cabin was, because he was associated with that symbol that we see on the trees, that we saw on the note. We still have no idea what that symbol means.
Apparently there is a missing episode in the show, which is episode 10 from season 2. Apparently they filmed the whole thing and they just never released it. And a lot of people are saying that Melanie Linsky's husband, Jason Ritter, was playing a character in there, and it was supposed to be about Cabin Daddy. And but they just never released it. I don't know if it's because of they decided to scrap it because they were going down a different route and they just didn't want to, like, maybe that conflicted with some things that they were writing.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, you guys let us know what you thought about this, what you think about all of these things that we're talking about. I think we covered everything, right?
I think so.
This always happens. We're gonna be like finishing it off and then we're just like, oh fuck, there's more things. There's probably more symbolism shit that we didn't get back to. I do love Misty's dialogue here, adult Misty, like the way that she was just firing back at Shauna. I think adult Misty was a standout for me in this season. I think she was so freaking funny.
Well, and she had this journey of going from like so convinced that these people were her friends and that she would do anything for them to now she's really fully on her own and rejecting Shauna entirely.
Well, it kind of made me feel like she was taking Natalie's footsteps.
Yeah.
You know, like she was following her in her absence. So she kind of was the Natalie of the season, to be like the one to step out of the framework and be like, no, something isn't right here. We can't feed into all this paranoia that they were going through. But I also do like that we got a scene where Natalie was going off on Misty about what she did, and surprisingly Misty faced the music and she admitted everything, and she did not try to kill her. So that's good.
Yeah.
Also, I do gotta say one last thing. Shout out to, even though she did drive us nuts, but I think that was the absolute point of it, Shauna, the actress who plays younger Shauna. I mean, Melanie Linsky also. I think she's definitely gonna get an Emmy nomination for this.
Yeah.
But please give young Shauna a nomination too. She should have been nominated last season because of that birthing scene. Like, that episode was so heartbreaking. But this season in particular, I think she did a phenomenal job. She really dug deep into a different part of Shauna, and I think they matched up so much to adult Shauna. I think I gotta give her props for that. I think she also was a very much of a standout. Sophie Thatcher also, because I think she always really does slay as Natalie. And I think even more now, she was so connected to Juliette Lewis's Natalie, even though she wasn't present. There were moments where I'm like, you are doing adult Natalie things. So crazy. I think the performances in general with what they had did amazing.
Yeah, I think any character that can make us like hate the character so much, like that actor is just props. Really good job disappearing into that character, really like leaning into this whole power hungry, I'm going to do what I want.
Also, and take care of yourselves, to like take care of yourself, because I know, you know, some fandoms can be pretty intense and with their feelings. Like, girl, slay, you're doing great. I do think that you should, you know, do some other work where maybe like it's a different kind of character, so just in case. But I think yeah, no hate towards the actress. She's amazing. All right, guys, so I think we've talked enough. We're gonna end it here. Let us know what you thought about this episode. As usual, we want to give a shout out to our patrons. Thank you so much for each and every single one of you. You have no idea how much your love and support mean to us. If you want to be part of the Patreon gang, go over to patreon.com/thehorrorbandwagon. Benefits start at $3 and up, and where you'll find a full-length reaction to this episode. In case there's stuff that we needed to take out because of copyright, you can catch the whole unedited version over there. Catch all the moments where we are gagged. That also goes for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Charmed, Angel, Interview with the Vampire seasons 1 and 2, and the really upcoming soon, because it's happening this weekend, The Last of Us Part 2.
And if you want to unlock exclusive emotes and members only lives and watch alongs, you can click the join button below to join our YouTube membership.
Big thank you to those YouTube members and those who are YouTube members and Patreon members. You guys are freaking awesome. But until next time, we've been your source for horror analysis,
criticism,
and spooky,
and sometimes kooky
entertainment.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.